This is your daily market review for Monday, June 3rd, 2024. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is your daily market review for Monday, June 3rd, 2024. Hopefully you had a great weekend. And well, let's get into it. We said the roller coaster is not over. Interesting action today on the first day of the month. Typically, this is a very bullish time of the year, meaning the first day of a month after usually a sell in May and go away. Well, we didn't really have the sell in May and go away. We had some profit taking at the end of the month. But today I thought no doubt we'd probably be up, but the close was rather interesting. Now, again, we did finish slightly up. But if you saw today's action, you saw the roller coaster that was, and we saw the trash float last. And as much as a lot of people think GameStop is a legitimate stock, it is still trash. Think about what it is in the business model and the valuation and the long-term upside. Again, it's kind of a trading vehicle. It's not really like a long-term hold. So anyway, if you have any questions, again, please reach out. Always here to help. If you have any questions about real estate, looking to buy, sell, or invest, let me help you out. I can find you an amazing agent anywhere in the country. Don't click on Zillow, go to realtor.com and let them stick you with one of their beginner agents who's just not going to treat you like you deserve. Top-notch service here. That's what we promise. So, new to the channel, check out the Discord room, link description below. Hit me up on the Twitter, posting a ton of stuff. So, if you want to chat, use the link from Calendly link, and let's chat. Let me know how I can help. Again, check out the website, tradingagent.com. Got all the resources, all you need to know. All the goods. Again, YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Again, there's 52 trading videos on YouTube. It's also on my website telling you this stuff is liquid gold. I guess not digital gold. How about that? So what do we know going into the rest of the year, right? There's not much coming. Rate hikes, rate cuts. And the first rate cut might be September. If you saw the Atlanta GDP today, I think it was over the last 8 weeks. They were expecting a 4.1% GDP. They revised in 8 weeks GDP for that subregion to be 1% plus. It's not good, y'all. I'm telling you, things are slowing fast. Bitcoin, again, you got to watch this area. Got to get over it to be bullish. If not, it could be in a chop zone. Broke the trend line, obviously got to the range highs. Now it's just chopping. Tough to know. Oil, why are you not refreshing? Oil got absolutely bombed on today. Come on. Let's do the darn thing. Right? Yeah, oil since getting up, crushed. USO is down. I got a little buy-in in it, but it was down. Natural gas, again, we've talked about this. I don't think there's long-term downside, meaning like tremendous amounts, but overall, it's been a nice ride. Do not hesitate to protect yourself just a little bit, even if you have to. Dollar, chopping around. I was watching this today. I was like, okay. All right, I guess the GDP data was bad. We talked about the ISM manufacturing was absolutely just dog shit. Not good. Not surprised then the TLT bounced back into this zone, right? 200-day, here you come. Keep it on it. Fill the gap, 200-day, 92s. Watch what happens there. VIX. This feels like 2008 where everyone knew everything was going to get worse, but then the market was praying for rate cuts. And then once it started dropping, and then once rate cuts came, it was like, oh God, it's really that bad. Probably into that potentiality. Again, this election year, it's going to be an absolute mess. VIX 20-day worth a watch. VIVIX, we talked about this bottoming first, right? Okay, chopping. They're all 20-day playing. SPY posted today. I'm not surprised it popped up, but look at this is just weird. You got some of the new money end of day buying, which is pretty typical, right? These funds have to be put to work. Okay, keep an eye on it. QQQ, I've talked about. I think this is going to start lagging, right? It can't even get over the 8 and 10 day. But so far, holding 449. IWM, look at this thing. Gaps up huge. Gives it all back. Again, you got multi-day ranges here. I'd still watch the 202 level. DIA, we talked about this being oversold due to bounce. There you go. Due to bounce. Now it's backfilling. Gold. Long term, extremely bullish. Near term, medium term, I'd be leaving it alone. Watching the 20-day. Silver, again, this looked like it was going to break out. Gave it back up. But we are holding over 27. So, is it Ronald McDonald M top, or is it just going to be a chop top? choppy, sloppy mess. GDX, again, we like the dust down here. It makes sense. But again, do what you mean, define your risk. Do not sit here and just hold anything blindly. GDXJ, holding support for now. AEM, we've talked about. This one's been a lead here. Up, up, up. But at the 20-day, AG, this has been a laggard. Again, for silver, you would think this thing would be roaring. Roaring kitty, meow. Newmont, same thing under the 20-day. PAAS. This one's been actually really strong, but kind of given a little bit of space lately. So keep an eye on it. Taiwan Semi, nice little bounce this morning. Look at this thing. Said it's 8-10 day. Boom. You've got oportunidad. And I'm like, oportunidad. It's like, oh, you're speaking Spanish now? Look at this. There you go. Keep an eye on that. Very obvious to me spot. Keep an eye on this. Again, this is why you draw this stuff. Micron. Again, if you took the 3-day range, Taiwan Semi top looking good. Have your range bull trap. AM Dizzle. And we posted this, like, watch the 100-day. Doink! Rejection. But it is holding the 20-day. So it's kind of tightening out. Not surprised. NVIDIA. New money, new month. Of course, they're chasing this thing. Again, now you've got, and this is why we talk about, like, do not chase the down action. Man, you got a retest up here. Gift from the gods? Question mark. Just keep an eye on that 1150 area. SMCI talked about this thing being cooked. I'd be watching. Again, I apologize I didn't save this. I'd be watching this area. So far, it is saving, right? Saving Private Brian. Like, I don't know. Just trying to be funny. That was not that great. Intellectual property. We talked about this thing. This thing is an absolute turd. I have people telling me every day, oh, Dan, you should buy it. You should look at this. And it's like, man, I don't trust it. Why would I buy it? Assume this thing. I mean, this thing is scary to me. So when the market's up, it's not up. You gotta be careful of those names. It's kind of like Jesse Livermore and his examples. Be worried about names that do not follow the market. SMH, man, chopping around. Just keep an eye on all this stuff. Adobes, since the software stuff, I mean, we got multi-day ranges down here, but 640 down to 440. Let's redraw this. I apologize on the fly doing this. Let's redraw the fib because it's very clear the high is in. I'm just curious if we're at some fib points, and that's why we're chill. Yep, 0.618. When in doubt, draw the fib. Keep an eye on it. Applesauce. Wicked up, gave it back, rallied back into the close again. This, to me, again, if you got stopped out, I get it. This feels like a novice gap trap during the first of the month. We talked about that's potentiality. Just keep an eye on it. Again, like if you're trying to hit home runs every time, this is why you layer into trades. This is why you're not all or nothing, black or white. Like if you're swing trading, one day does not usually flip the trend, and if it does, it has to be extremely volatile and like big move usually to flip. Apple's chopping. I mean, not surprised it could break out, fake out. I mean, just think about it as a bottom. Like we see this on bottoms all the time. Like you break below and then you come right back. Keep an eye on Apple. Amazon, we talked about the M top, watching 100-day. Alerted that one. Meta, same thing, watching this area as long as it holds the 100-day. Looks all right for holding for now. Good chop. CRM, we talked about this one being oversold. Not surprised it's getting a little bounce, right? Guggenheim seems to, be holding this area. I'd just be watching it. Microsoft, it looks like it, looks like a bull trap. Now it is holding the 100-day. Doesn't mean it has to like just melt down, but it's worth watching. NDAQ, I mean, here's another one, right? I talked about the NASDAQ exchange is going to be the laggard long term. You better hold 58. MicroStrategy, Bitcoin chopping around. Not surprised. I mean, I'd be watching these levels in here. Would not be trading between ranges. Netflix and Spill, maybe? I don't know. It feels like a bull trap, but watch the 20-day. Because if it breaks the 20-day, I mean, that is a really good, easy trade in my opinion. Like, do not be scared. Do not be scared. Roblox, we talked about this one kind of being just, I don't know. It's over the 20-day though. So is the 100-day coming? PANW, here's another one. Again, we like this long term, but gaps down on earnings, rallies back. Now what? I don't know. When I zoom out, I just say, it's going to be patient. I really don't know. Good old Tesla. Here you go. Hits the 100-day again. Doink. Compressing. Now, high and tight is bullish. High and tight is bullish. Just keep an eye on it. But I'd be watching this 173. If 173 fails, it could take out the bottoms and lows. DKNG. Talked about this guy being a great short. Not surprised. Oversold near term. Chopping. Airbnb drops down to the 200-day. Okay, of course, it's going to bounce. Consolidate. No biggie. Costco. Look at today's action, right? Look at that wick. Keep an eye on that. Starbucks. We talked about this one being oversold, right? coming into trend lines, coming to some old areas. I mean, like, again, this is to me like keep an eye on it. It's just one of those things where you go, okay, there you go. Let's draw a little. I mean, I'm assuming the 0.382 is going to come into effect here pretty quickly. If it's, again, and that's pretty normal in a Gartley pattern. Oh yeah, yeah. Again, I mean, I wouldn't be chasing the up, but I'd probably be more hunting shorts, just setting alarms, letting it come to you. Federal Express, talked about this one being oversold. Man, can't even get to the 100, 200-day, 20-day cross. Just, again, keep an eye on it. Let trades come to you. Caterpillar, nice. Very nice. We talked about the ones that 100-day broke. Goodbye. Okay. Held the range lows. It still, to me, looks bearish. It's just every day is it going to be down? No. I like that one. Congrats again. I know JSOLs, a few guys are eyeing that one harder on that. New core, we talked about it, breaking these levels, just chopping around. That's kind of a confusing one. Just, again, we like materials long term. I'm just letting them play out. I mean, X, clearly 36 is important. Again, you just watch these ranges. VALE, I mean, everyone was like, oh, it's about to go to the moon. Right back at the lows. Arrow. Yeah, we like copper long term. We're like, be careful. Feels like a bull trap. Here you go. Here's you talk about like chopping around, fakes out, gives it up. Like if it was a bottom, right? You make a new low, and you're like, oh, it's over, and then it rallies back. CCJ, again, I don't trust Goldman upgrading the highs, but it is holding up. We like ag long term, but I think you have to be very cognizant that it's going to be choppy and sloppy and sloppy and choppy and choppy and sloppy and sloppy. And it just is what it is. Again, right? Again, you're playing the inflation long term play here. I mean, they will raise prices, but again, you've got to get into the easing portion. Aaron, again, we like aluminum. Just fills the gap, chopping up here. I mean, I don't know if I'd short it here, but this area makes sense. Keep an eye on it. XLF, we talked about this thing, dead cat bouncing. Meow. Watching the 20-day. Here you go. Keep an eye on it. JP Mo. Some people talking about shorting. I'm like, makes sense to me. Jamie Dimon ain't buying it. Why should you? I mean, you probably could just wait for the 20-day to break. It's that tight up on it. Morgan Stanley, Stanley Morgan. Again, under the 20-day, I'm surprised this even got up. Bank of America holding up pretty well. I mean, that one's kind of defying logic, but okay. Goldman Snacks. Talk about this one. If you got your Marcus account, you're feeling good, feeling great. Under the 20-day, looks all right. Carry, again, we talk about junior banks. Ay caramba, no bueno, right? Ugh. Just big choppy slop zone. Tan. Talk about this, looks like a short area. Keep an eye on this stuff, right? Because if oil pulls back, this is going lower. Sedge. I mean, this thing looks dead, man. I don't even know what. It's just, ugh. I mean, it's like Apollo Creed. It's dead. It's just on the mat. It got knocked out. Does it go lower? ENPH, you got shortable range. First Solar, we talked about this one, right? It's like it feels very toppy. It's usually sloppy and choppy. Look at that wick, y'all. Ooh, there's your short entry potentially. Again, define your risk. Tight stops. You can be wrong. Meaning I'm laughing because it's like, yeah, everyone can be wrong. I always get time like, oh, you were wrong. And it's like, so you're always right? You must be a billionaire. Are you roaring kitty? You're always right. Just kidding. Corporate debt. Look at that. Oil. Slam. Da, 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 da. Let the boys be boys. Again, be careful. UNG. I don't know. KLD. Again, if you shorted in the 50s and you took a little piece on, you're feeling good about this drop of 15% in this ETF. Would have liked to have gone higher. Again, it's decaying. Excellent point. XOP. Here we go. Be careful. Look at this. Gaps up. Gives it all back. Close at the lows. If we break 147. Adios, amigo. CVE. Look at this. Some of these names starting to melt. Takes out the range low. New lows. Not bullish. ExxonMobil. However, it is holding 113. Worth watching. Valero. We talked about the oil and these gasoline names. Oof. 100-day. Better hold. MP Sizzle. Right? We're keeping an eye on this thing. Like if it breaks the channel. I guess not the channel, the range lows. This thing could get open the door. Occidental, as we talked about, Buffett doesn't care. Let it play out. He's like, I'm playing this big range and you can kiss my white old butt. That's what he's saying. EQT, again, we like these names longer term. It's just let them come in. Look at that big ass move and it's consolidating. Man, when it's ready, it's going to be. Again, I think natural gas has a big upside. Flex LNG, again, I think will be natural gas exporters in time. So, yeah, just names to watch. No real obvious trades sometimes. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Always here to help. Love you guys. Appreciate the love. generous donations, whatever I can do to help. Do not be shy. Always here. All right. Have a great afternoon. Talk to you guys and gals later. Peace in the Middle East, hopefully.